Dr. H. Mangalam, HODECE, the coordinators, Dr. T. Jovitatus, Assistant Professor, Senior Grade, Ms. N. Savita, and Ms. Divya for organizing this FTP program. Okay, as the title goes, design thinking, I thought of presenting the PowerPoint slides or the presentation through a different mode so that the audience can be engaged and they can be interactive. Okay, is the audio clear for all the participants?
Yes, sir. It's very clear.
Okay, thank you. Now I shall go to the presentation. So here is a small activity that the participants has to type in the answers for this. Is it the question visible for you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dear participants, choose from the options given who you are. Okay. The options are given there, and then you have to feed in your answers there, right? So that I can know that who are the participants there, and then I can proceed. You are all logged into Nearpod, isn't it? Yeah, the question appears there in the Nearpod, and then you can you have to go to the Nearpod and then answer the questions, not in the Webex screen, right? That's fine. People are started responding there. That's good. That's when the time is finished, and I could see the results here as 20 teachers are there, and the result shows like this. I think you can see my screen there. 20 teachers and yeah, others. So there are 0 entrepreneurs here, right? Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next activity. I think the question appears on your screen here. What gadget are you using to watch this webinar? Just 30 seconds to answer this question. Wow. So I could get the statistics here. Still time is there. 5 seconds more. That's great. So the time is up, and here I could see the results as the users of the mobile phones are 38.5%, and the laptop is 15.4%, and desktop is 3.7%. That's good. More people are there in mobile phone. Okay, fine. It's a very easy thing. Even in the mobile, you can switch the screens there, and okay, that's fine. Now, let me start my presentation. Business communication, right? So this is a first slide. This is my presentation scheme. First, we will go into the definitions and the types of business communication that you have with the examples, the importance of business communication, the methods, and its functions. Please make sure participants to listen. And finally, there will be a small quiz. It's incorporated into a game so that you can answer the quiz and then you can proceed further. And then I just want to see who comes first in, right? That's all. It's a very simple game. Don't worry. So no matter what job you have in your life, your success will be determined 5% by your academic credentials, 15% by your professional experiences, and 80% by your communication skills. So a person is normally judged in this contemporary world with his communication skills. Communication skills is the basis for business communication also. So let's move on to the definition, right? Before definition, I think there will be a small collaborative board that appears on your screen in a note near pad. Just you can type in your answers, what you think of that, right? So here is an introduction for the communication. This has been taken from some sources. Communication is an essential element in the success of any business, right? Do you agree with this? Without communication, there is nothing possible for any of the without communication, there is no business possible there, right? Without that. The process of transferring information from one person to another person within or outside the business environment is termed as business communication, right? So let's move on to the definition here. Are you able to see my screen in Nearpod? So what is business communication? Kindly type in your answers for the above question, the space below. Go to the Nearpod screen and start sharing your answers. What comes to your mind when you think of business communication? Just type in the space there, here. Not on the WebEx screen. You have to go to the Nearpod screen and then do that. Yeah. I do get responses. There is no time for this. We can have a 45 seconds time for this. Okay. I have not mentioned any times. Good. One participant has responded. You can also see the answers given by other participants on your screen in Nearpod, isn't it? Wow, that's great. Answers are pouring in. That's fine. Very good. So if you want to like any of your participants' answers, just you can click like there in Notepad. Good. 10 participants have answered there. Good. I would like to read out. If you want to like, you can just click on that so that you can like the other participants' answers. It's fine. So the answers that came in here in the collaborative board are to develop business, negotiate. I think someone's mic is on. Please. Yeah, thank you. So the answers here on the collaborative board are to develop business, negotiations, and good business relationships, orders received from the high persons to the workers, a mandate thing to survive in this professional job, sharing our thoughts and ideas. Yeah, many answers are there. That's good here. That's fine. Good. Thanks for sharing your ideas here. Let's move into the definition part here. Given two definitions given by, there are a humpty number of definitions available in many of the business communication books that students go into MBA studies of it, right? many definitions are there. I just have taken two just to show you that how or what is a business communication as you thought of, right? Because in the collaborative board, what you wrote is slightly different from the definition, because the definition has a certain category wherein they are framed according to your class, right? So the first one goes like this: business communication as a system that is responsible to affect change throughout the whole organization. Yes, if an communication is not possible, or if a communication is wrong, suppose, right? Not all in all places. The communication is wrong in a place, the business is going to affect surely for that company, right? So let's move to the next slide. The basic elements of business communication is here given as a picture here. These are the four important elements that constitute a business communication. The first one is the sender, the person who is sending the message, the business information, what he sends actually, right? And the third one is the receiver, to whom it is sent. And the last one is the feedback, right? So these are the four important elements that should be incorporated into any communication that happens. Even for a normal communication also, you can put these things. The sender, the business information, receiver, or the feedback, right? That's fine. Let's move to the next slide. Now you have a small activity here. Okay. Some mic is on, I think. Here in this activity, you are going to match the words with the picture. So just drag and match it. What you understand from the word and which picture coincides with the word. Just 30 seconds for this activity. Get ready for that. Yes. Can you all go into the near drop window and then do this activity? Match the words with the pictures there. Drag and match. Time is finished there. Wow. Many students have got full marks. Mr. Karthik, Mr. Bharaneshwarya, Ms. Divya, Devi Priya, Bhageshwaran. Yeah, many of them have responded. Mr. Arvind also. I got full marks in this. Very good. So you all know that the words related to and the pictures there. Okay, we are going to see that in detail now. Let's go on to the next. The types of business communication that you have here are the four things that you see on this picture. It's internal upward, internal downward, horizontal, and external. These are the four important types of business communication that we have here, right? Let's go into detail into this. Internal business communication. You can see the chart there. Top level management. It goes from upward communication. Internal upward communication means from the workers or the employees. It goes from the lower level management, and it goes to the middle level management and to the top level management, right? So here what happens is the source of communication that you do for internal business communication for the employees, why it is used for the exchange of information, presenting ideas and suggestions, attaining job satisfaction level, and communicating the feedback. Okay, so these are the areas in which the internal business communication is allowed or it functions in a company, right? Let's move to the next one. Internal business communication, downward communication. It goes from the top level to the low level, right? It's from the managing director, the general manager, assistant general manager, divisional manager, supervisor, employees, and the workers. Okay, so here what happens is that why this communication that downward is happening here in this scene? It's because of the transferring crucial information, a very, very important information that you're going to send from the managing director to the employee for doing the work. It can be providing instructions to do how to do that work or to complete the project. To encourage a discussion between people. There can be a meeting, there can be a kind of improvisation to do on a project or a business meeting or anything that the company plans, right? To enhance the cooperation, the morale of the employee. Yes, if an employee in a company is doing a very good job, the job of topmost position, the person, the managing director, has the responsibility of appreciating the employee. That's very, very essential in the long run for the company's output and the employee's output or the profit of the company. Everything you can see that in this little bit of appreciation that is given by the topmost person. Even in the college level, when a person is doing that work, the principal, when he or she calls the staff and then appreciates him or her, that person has the tendency to do more work, right? To motivate the staff, okay? And in this one, you can see that many a time, many people have fear in doing the job, right? A fear. That's what I meant to say. A fear in doing the job. And when the topmost person, the managing director or the principal of a college or any other person, wants to do the work, he has to motivate the staff in a kind of word appreciation or certain things are there. Many things are there hidden into that. Don't worry about that. He can motivate the staff to make that work done, because he cannot just give the work to a person which cannot be done, right? So he can motivate the staff first and make him do that work, and then he can go on. Like that, they can improve that. And the last point in this is to increase productivity and to take the feedback. How to increase the productivity in a company? All these points that we have mentioned earlier, all these things happen there, and the productivity of the staff as well as productivity of the company both increases by this motivation, the cooperation between the members, the morale, or the discussion that is happening in there in the institution, anything there, right? Okay. The next type of business communication, the number 2, is a horizontal or lateral business communication, which is slightly different from the first upward communication and the downward communication. Here you can see it's, for example, if there is a project work given by the sales manager or the company manager, the purchase manager has to discuss with the quality manager. Here the sales manager has to discuss with the production manager. Clear? So like that, this is a kind of both inward communication and outward, both mixed, and then in between also they can discuss. For example, the top level and the middle level, from the lower level to the middle level, all these things are happening there because of this horizontal or lateral communication. Why this communication is there in the company is that to eradicate the doubts or the misconceptions that they have there, because one cannot be blamed on the other, right? For that purpose, here it's made very clear for the horizontal communication to be happening there in any of the companies. Now let's move to the third one. The third one is external business communication, which is not happening within the company or within the employees of an organization. It is happening from one organization to the another organization. That's what it means, right? External business communication. There you have the communication through It can be through a website, or it can be through a blogging, and the communication can happen through conferences or live concerts. The communication can happen through email and newsletters, and even social media can help in communicating to the people there. And nowadays, you can see many of the business are very simple to make, and they don't follow the big patterns of following all the rules and regulations laid by them. The simple thing in social media is the usage of Facebook and WhatsApp. You can see many number of advertisements or many number of businesses started by small entrepreneurs who are using this social media as a advantageous tool to make their business a success. You can see many of them even selling small things in WhatsApp, like in the Facebook. I have seen in my own Facebook, my friend has sent me pictures of saris, or pictures of some utensils or new things, materials that comes in the market, and they're selling it through this social media. And it's a wonderful thing that people don't need to have a big company, all these positions, managers, and everything. You can be your own entrepreneur. You can be your own uh, boss. You can be your own employee. Everything is inbuilt inside yours. So it's like that. Okay. So these are the three types of communications that we have seen there now. First one is internal upward, internal downward, and the second one is horizontal communication, or it can be termed as a lateral also, right? And the third one is external business communication. That's fine. Next one is the importance of business communication. Okay, so why is business communication very important in your company, or where the organization where you work? It can be a simple communication or business communication, but why is it very important? The first point given here is, you can see that it helps in increasing productivity, right? If you put across your message correctly to the other person, and if he understands and then responds to that stimuli, the work is done. That's all. No worries about that, right? So, for example, if the company needs in a short time of within 3 months, the project has to be done, right? So the people will gather there, conduct a meeting, sit there, and then do all sorts of meetings and other discussions, and everything is there, and the work is divided and given to all the people. All right, and then in that case, if the communication is correctly passed on to the members, and it can be done very easily to increase the productivity of the company. Increasing the customers. Yeah, business communication, when you talk, whether you are going to succeed in the business or not is the other question. But first of all, you have to increase your customers in your business. In order to increase your customers in your business, you have to increase, you have to have a very good business communication. How you communicate to the customers. Maybe the customer might be in a mood of, in an angry mood, or he might be very sad or this thing, but the time is very important, and the way how you approach a customer and you tell the information, it can be there. Here you can have a direct relationship with the customer, or an indirect relationship through the advertisements, right? That can be. The next one is enhances business partnerships. Yeah, sure. When you are able to conduct a meeting perfectly, and when you are able to put across your message on the table to the other internal as well as outward communication, you are able to do that. It enhances business partnerships with other firms similar like your companies. Okay? The next point that is given here is it facilitates innovations in business. For example, here I would like to quote an example which I saw in a Tamil movie, wherein a person is owning a milk powder company, right? He's manufacturing that, but the sales is very less, not to the expected mark of the company top level people, right? So there, an employee comes over there, and then he gives a suggestion that why not you increase the spoon size that you're giving inside the box? For example, if the spoon that they have already given there is which has 15 grams. Okay, now they are increasing the size of the spoon which can hold 30 grams, and then they put into that. So that when the people, when they are using that, automatically take more amount of milk powder and then put into it. Okay, so these kind of innovations in business can be done either by the top level people, or it can be done by the lower level people also. Even in another case, I can give an example there. Like a car manufacturing company, they have done a very beautiful car and they wanted to bring out the car outside, right? But the roof of the workshop is very low, and then the car, the top of the car hits the roof. So all are standing there and then just thinking over like how to bring this car out, either to what to say, reduce the walls, reduce the walls there, or to expand the size of the room, or like that. They are just thinking over there, and then the top level managers, the people, sales manager, purchase, everyone is there sitting there around. But the security person who is sitting there just comes over there and then deflates the tires of the car, so that the air is reduced and the car height is a little bit reduced, so that the car can be taken out of the workshop. Okay, so innovations can be brought in by any persons in the business. It can be from the top level to the lower level. That's what I have given you 2 examples here. See, the other things are preparation of plans and policies, how you're going to go about all these things. Right. Okay, let's move to the next slide, please. Here I would like to stress the point on number 8, boost the efficiency of the employees, right? Boost the efficiency of the employees. It's a goals achievement, helps in solving problems or issues. And if there is a problem in the company where you are put up there, problem solving issues are very, very essential. Even in the case of family, if you take in, even if the case of family you take in, there are many issues that arises there in the family, even in the colleges, even in companies. The problems should be discussed among the members, and then it should be solved there, so that it doesn't give out a permanent bad mark on the company or the college or the family. Decision making, next one, that's a very important thing there for business communication. If any decision making is a part of the company's process, the person or the members involved in that should be very, very informative. There should be worker and management related industrial relations. There should be a relation between the lowest employee and the middle or the topmost level of the persons who are there. Just to have a very nice productivity and all those things. Right. Let's move to the next. The business communication helps in brand and product service promotions. This is a very, very important point here. For example, you can see the big companies like Apple or like a certain laptop companies or computer companies or other things which have their own brand. And you see the logo of that itself, you'll understand what is that. They need not have to give you all the details about that. If you need, you can go into their websites and then read what you want and other things. It's like giving a brand there, right? Reduces the chance of conflicts. Business communication reduces the chance of conflicts. If there is a kind of a conflict between two employees or the lower section to the middle section in the company, these conflicts should be at the most sorted out immediately, so that the progress of the company is highlighted. Right? Increases employee satisfaction level. increases employee loyalty. A person who is very, very loyal to the company works more and then brings productivity for the company. Business communication enhances efficiency of managers and leads to the effective leadership. Yeah, if a person is able to communicate in a meeting very, very clear message what the company wants him to do as well as the employees to do, that person will be regarded as a leader. Everyone easily accepts a person who speaks very well in a company. I think you all will agree with this. Fine. Next, the methods how we do the business communication. Yeah, this is another important aspect that we have to see here. In-person, face-to-face business communication. So business communication can happen face-to-face. You can meet the person in your company, or you can give an appointment for another person to meet him there, or both of you can meet out of the company in a certain other place, common place, so that you can have the communication possible. That's called in-person, face-to-face business communication. Fine. Next one is a communication by email system. It's normally happening there in everyday activity that we do there in the college or that we do there in the company. The email is sent to all the companies regarding your. It can be a brochure. It can be your product details about anything that you do there in your company. About that, you are sending an email to the other companies for your transactions. Okay, and it can be a web conferencing also. Just what we are doing now. I'm talking here and you're all listening there, isn't it? Like that, of your company's interest, who are all the other people who wanted to know about your company, you can organize a web conference and then the other companies can join in to know more details about your company. And for these, the communication, business communication is very, very, very important in putting across your message to the other people. Next one is called the written communication, and I think nowadays people are very less using this because written communication means that letter writing. These days we don't have, or normally very reluctant in doing that work of writing letters. So normally we do that in the email system itself because in for example, there is a difference between the writing on the paper and writing on an email, because if you want to add any other word or choose a different word, you can go to the synonym, or you can go to the thesaurus, which is available in the Microsoft Word, and then you can do that by changing your words, changing your style. And if you don't like this way of addressing to the other people, you can just change your sentences anywhere, anything like that in the email. It's very easy for you to do that. Okay, so that things are there. Other methods are just like using your social media for doing business communication. That's it. Other methods, right? Let's move on to the next slide. Functions of business communication. Communicating job functions to employees. When a new person joins the company, it is the duty of the topmost level of the company persons to give the job functions, what they have to do, what they should not do. The do's and don'ts normally that is given there as a handbook or staff handbook to the employees, but it is a job of the person to communicate that through clear terms to the employee. That's very, very essential. Providing adequate feedback. Yeah, that's another important term that we have here. For example, if you have if you have done a work, or if you have finished conducting a meeting for the employees there, right? You have to give a feedback from either in person, or you can send through them through email as like a Google form, so that they can fill in and give it back, so that you can know from the results that how much effective that feedback the people who attended the meeting have given to you, right? That way you can know about your work and how the people have patiently listened to your meeting and then got the essence of it. Right? That's one. Next one is convincing clients through your business communication. If you are talking really good, your communication level is very good, your way of approach is very good, and then it is very, very easy for you to convince the clients, right? That's what they say. The next one is employee motivation for better decision making. So if an employee is motivated by the peer employees or the management, higher management, anywhere from which it comes to him, certainly that person gets kind of full satisfaction from the motivation, so that he can do his work and he can decide better how to do that work. He can consult with the people and do those things, right? And building social bonds, even for better communication aspects here, you can say that it's not only from the employees' perspective, it should be from the other people also, right? Outside the things where you can have contacts with the similar kind of things that is manufactured in your company. You can have other company people there, and you can bring into one group, right? Okay, let's move to the next one. Here are some of the abbreviations that has been given there for the business communication. For example, when you write a letter or when you write an email, it's very easy for you to very easy for you to use abbreviations. Yeah, there are many abbreviations according to the companies that you have there. It can be if it is a software company, you have certain terminologies restricted to you. If it is a financial company, you have terminologies for that. If you have a technical oriented team, or it is a general one. If you're writing a letter, you can think of a general abbreviations. And if you want more abbreviations, just you can Google into, and then you can type the abbreviations used in business communication. You can get a lot of things there. Here I have just listed out some important abbreviations that we are using there. The first one, you can see that it's IAM. It means in a meeting, right? So it, even when people chat through social media or WhatsApp or other media, so people use short abbreviations because there is no time in typing the full word or like that. Okay, isn't it? So let's see the other abbreviations that's listed here. In my opinion, all these are simple abbreviations that we use there. Keep it simple and short. And the next one is triple O. It's a nice thing that I came across the Google. I wanted to see that it's a very simple one, that's out of office. No need to type out of office in your mobile phone or your mail. Just you can type O, and it's very acceptable. It's the abbreviations given here in the list are all accepted ones in the companies, right? OTP, you can on the phone, you can tell. PA is a performance appraisal. POC is point of contact. Who is the person who has to be contacted in that company for doing that work? That's called point of contact. And no reply necessary. If you receive an email, you need not respond to that. It means that it is a communication sent by the higher people to the lower level communication inward. Okay, so that it should be followed. That's all. So no reply necessary. TOS means the terms of service. Okay, fine. That's next one is a famous one that all we are doing now. It's from work from home. WFH. Okay, work from home. And now all the companies have given access for the people to do or the work from their homes. That's what it's going now, right? The next one is an important aspect there, LWOP, which is nothing but a leave without pay. If the grant of leave by a company has exceeded for you, for example, if the company has allowed you to take only 12 casual leaves, isn't it? That's what is normally followed in every institution. Say 12 casual leaves, and you have exceeded that. And the next one, if you want to take a leave, you can take, but it will be without pay on that day. let you take a leave. So it is very sad on the part of an employee. So the management has to motivate the person not to take such kind of leaves, right? That's next one is instant messaging, which you all know that, and the next is quality assurance. The next one is conversion rate. This is a term that comes under financial, the companies that deal with finance, right? Customer relationship management, CRM. DM is direct message or direct mail. Okay, direct mail from that person to you, not through any other person. Sometimes the mail comes through from the manager to the purchase manager, and from that to the sales manager, like that. But sometimes the mail will be sent directly from the manager to the sales manager, right? Like that. The next one is an important one: KPI, key performance indicator. Every I think I'm not sure with the company's policies. Every year or every 6 months, the performance of that company should be analyzed only to make, or they can look into the graph how they are growing in that. It can be a weekly report, it can be a monthly report, or it can be 6 months report also. It doesn't matter how you proceed it. All right. So that's called the key performance indicator. The next one is a small to medium business. Small to medium business. Next one that we have here is SWOT. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is excuse me, someone's mic is on.
Dear participants, kindly mute the mic.
Thank you, thank you. Next one is a SWOT, and this is a very, very important abbreviation, and it is a very integral part of the company as well as anywhere that a person is working, right? It shows the person's, an employee should normally identify his strength, his weaknesses, his opportunities, and his threats in order to survive in this company. The next one is a CSR, which is a corporate social responsibility, which is a widely used term that is done by all the companies. The last one is R&D, research and development. I have just listed out a handful of abbreviations here on the slide, but there are many other things that is related to your job that you are doing in a company or wherever you are placed in, what kind of work that you do. Sorry. According to that, you can have your abbreviations listed, and you can learn that also. This is very, very essential for you to communicate with your peers, not with the managers or the higher officials. Don't use any abbreviated form when you're writing from your level to the higher level. In business communication, everything is very, very important for you to follow. Right? Let's move to the next one. There is a small activity here. Is my screen visible there? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Here is a small game that I have added to this presentation. The participants who were listening patiently here from the first slide to the end, and if they have noted down the terms and that appeared on the screen, they are going to answer a small question in this, so that we can see who climbs the top of the mountain first. Let's see here, right? Just 3 questions are there. You're just going to answer these 3 questions, and then let's see within the time. I think 30 seconds is it. If I go into that, then you will, so that you can Just to answer these, and then we can see how many have reached the top. Right? Let's see. And just refreshing your mind, okay, what you have understood from these webinar. Right? Please go into Nearpod, and then please look into the screen, and then just yeah, I can see the people who are logged into. I can see their names also here on the screen. I think you also can see that, isn't it? That's fine. Yeah, many people are there here. It's great. Excuse me. Yeah. Till now, 14 participants are connected with this. And, let's wait for some more people. Oh, we shall go into the game. Okay, just wait for another 45 seconds. Let's move. 14 participants are connected. Wow, that's great. 17 number has increased. This will be very easy for the participants if they have a desktop or a laptop. I think mobile phone also can be used for this, but as it is a very small screen and the toggling between the WebEx and this one will be slightly difficult for the participants as it is a small screen there. Wow, 19 people are connected. Okay, I think we shall start the game. Shall we? Twenty-one are connected now. That's right. Great, great, great going, great going. You can see a small mountain at the backside with a flag on the top of that. Participants are there on the ground now. 21 are there, and let's see if you answer your question within the time limit. For example, if the time is 30 seconds and you have answered the first question within 5 seconds or 4, you are very fast. So you'll reach the top, I mean, halfway through the mountain ahead of others. Okay, like that. The time is very crucial here for these 3 questions. Answering the question is important, and furthermore, answering it within a very short span of time is the hallmark of this. Okay, 22 are connected. Let's move into this. Let's see that. Okay. Yeah, the game is starting now. Oh, the internet is very slow. Let's wait. Let's wait for the screen to load there. Yeah. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. It will be on your screen. Yes. Question 1 has been answered by question 2. There's only 10 seconds more to answer. Still, there are some people at the bottom of the mountain there, not at. Wow, that's great. Wow, wow, wow. All the people have climbed to a certain extent of the mountain by answering the questions. That's great. Now we are moving on to the third question now. "20 seconds more." Type in your response. Choose the expansion for the abbreviation CSR. Last 10 seconds. Now we move on to the fourth question. Choose the expansion for the abbreviation OOO. It's a very simple question. Yeah. 10 seconds more. And I'll give you, yeah. So the result has come in on the screen that you can see that the participant Divya S has scored 3,375 points, and she is the overall leader who has topped that. Okay. Thanks for answering the questions there. Almost all the participants of 21 participants have scored points there, right? Appreciation to all of the big participants who have participated in this game to refresh your minds, right? Thank you. Let's move to the next one. Oh, that's the end of my presentation there. Thank you. Just this game was to give a refreshing idea for your minds, what you have understood from this thing. And just a second. There's one more slide. Yeah. This is my information for you.
Sir, thank you for providing wonderful session with activity-based learning about business communication, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The participants' feedback link is provided in the chat window, so you can fill the feedback form.